There are many different types of divination tools that you might like to use to strengthen your intuitive connection and to communicate with your spirit guides outside of a channeling practice or in conjunction with your channeling practice. So one of my favorite tools that I started using at the very beginning of my spiritual journey would be cards. So I love tarot cards, I love oracle card decks. Lenormand is another interesting type of divination card that you might like to look into. There are honestly so many different types of cards, so I would encourage you to, go to a crystal shop, take a look around, peruse the various kinds of decks that they have, and really just find one that jumps out at you. And I would strongly recommend one that has a guidebook with it if you're new to the practice, just to help you to understand the cards and what they might mean, and various interpretations of the cards. Another thing that you might like to do is use a pendulum. So you can use the pendulum as a divination tool by, sort of holding it and making, an agreement with your guides about what looks like a yes, what looks like a no, what might look like a maybe or we can't tell you right now sort of a sign. There are some standard ones. I prefer clockwise motion in a circle for a yes, back and forth motion for a no, and then my maybe or we can't tell you is sort of a up and down motion. So that's just a little bit about pendulums. You can also get a mat to sort of douse over with your pendulum, and that will have like yes, no, maybe, and some like other alternatives. So your pendulum can sort of find that answer for you through the mat. So that's a really great one for yes, no, maybe questions. I also have a throwback one for yes, no, maybe type questions, and that is a magic 8-ball. And my philosophy with tools is that it has whatever meaning and power and intention that you put into it. So if you're using a magic 8-ball as a toy, then it's a toy. If you're using it as a divination tool with intention and you're using it to communicate with your spirit guides, literally anything can work for that. You could write down answers on little pieces of paper, and put them in a bowl and select one, and that would work as well. I just made that one up. So you can make up your own divination tools. It's your communication system with your guides, and that can be however you want it to be. So you could definitely use the magic 8-ball. I do sometimes. I still have one. And then you could also use runes or bones or charms, and those are all sort of interconnected. Runes are very much their own thing. There's an alphabet. Each rune has an association with something. It means something in particular. I have a book about runes that I really like to use if I'm feeling guided to my runes specifically, because I don't use them a lot, so I don't just rely on like my intuitive understanding of them. I go to the book and I check it out for that particular reading. Bones and charms. So some people use literal bones, shells, little, trinkets. You can sort of make your, charm bowl whatever you want it to be. For mine specifically, I've collected lots of little things over the years, and I just love, teeny tiny little miniature figurines and stuff. So I throw those in my charm bowl, and I assign, a meaning to each of those charms. And then you can also get a casting mat for charms if you want. You could sort of, spread the charms around on the mat, and it's just a way for you to receive signs and messages that will resonate with you from your spirit guides and have a greater understanding of whatever situation you're going through, so that they can, guide you through it and, help you get to the other side of it.